From Jal. Non-work related email from Jal. Writer, I told Lehman PB and Lexi a children's story that the mothers used to tell us when we were small. It's from our oral history of the time before the Scourge. The crew said I should write it down, so that it can be added to the cultural center on the Nexus. The Wayward Child. Long ago, there was a child who was very stubborn and wouldn't listen to any wisdom, not from her father, not from her many mothers. One day, seeking adventure, she snuck aboard the spaceship with an unknown destination. The child was brave to seek adventure. However, she ended up spaced with a load of garbage. Deservedly, she froze in the cold vacuum of space and died. The end. I don't know why the crew enjoyed it. It's a terrible story meant to scare youngsters into obedience. Is it a novelty to your people? If so, how do you humans keep children from hurting themselves? She snuck away to seek adventure and then just dies. Yep, that's fine. That's not bad. So the crew found it amusing because, of course, it's like it's going to be some sort of. It starts off like some harmless children's tale about like, oh wow, they're going to learn a lesson and along the way, and then instead, no, she just instantly dies, just instantly gets spaced. Then the story just abruptly ends. This time, Jal is not on this floor, huh? All right. Might as well check to see if I have rewards yet. There we go. Thank you. Then we'll try to head down for Jal, who must be downstairs somewhere. There we go. Another delivery of 750 too. Oh, Jal's right here. On my right, I think. Oops, that's the front. Let's get caught up again.
The Roka go to Kadara and recruit the desperate. I've heard a Roka recruiter weaving his magic. Even I was convinced.
Do you have a mate? A partner?
I don't. Not for a long time.
Not for a long time.
I fell in love with a girl once. Aliyah. We were young. I was young. It was my first vassal on Aya. We worked on the same farm. She was a little older. A researcher. I can still hear her laugh. And see her eyes. She kissed me, and I was hers. Thrilled and seduced.
But it didn't work out?
My older brother came to Aya. He was already famous in the Resistance.
Where's Aliyah now? Did she and your brother work out?
They came back to Haval, and she joined our family. She became one of the mothers.
You have to see her every day?
No. They were taken by the Ket. Their children survived.
Well, enough about that. Can I ask you a few more questions?
Of course. If I can answer them, I will.
Did you always want to be a fighter? Did you study anything particular in school?
No. I don't like to talk about it. But I'm not a fighter. Not really. The Ket occupation creates chaos. So our education is chaotic. I'm not really anything. But that's an excuse. The truth is, I don't know what I want. Yet. For my life. At my age. I hope being here will inspire me.
Can you tell me about your family? Assuming you have one.
Sit down. This will take time. Is someone bringing us snacks and drinks?
Whoa, your family's that big?
I have one true mother, Sahuna, and more than 5 additional mothers. And many, many, many siblings. And cousins, all raised together. Our families constantly change and evolve. Relationships come and they go. My father is gone, taken, or killed by the Ket. We never found his body.
I'm sorry about that, Jarl. I understand. I just lost my dad.
Something in common between aliens, then. We are fatherless, yet we fight on. Anything else you want to ask?
Do Angara plan their futures? Do you dream about what you want to accomplish?
You put plan and dream in the same question.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You meant to do that. Angara thirst for now. We don't strive to make the future better. We strive because the present is lacking.
I don't think that's actually any functionally different in meaning, honestly.
Well, enough about that. I'll see you later, Jarl.
Stay strong and clear.
Making the future better and fixing the now is basically the exact same thing, because in the process of fixing the now, time passes and it becomes the future, and you're fixing the future. It's the same thing. The distinction is meaningless.
Still waiting on our visit to Aya. Useful, but also fun. Looking forward to it.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to Aya, and let's go to the Nexus to take care of our loose ends there. How are we still not throwing this goddamn party, by the way? We've changed, like, 4 planets forever, but we can't throw a single movie night? It's like, how is this so hard? It's been waiting like the entire game at this point. It's starting to get actively weirder how much time has passed. Alright, let's start putting points into my shotgun. There's damage and force, stability, accuracy, kind of funny word to use for shotgun, but okay. We can do reduced weight or more spare ammo. I'm gonna go for reduced weight because that affects my powers. Shotgun reload speed, clip size. Ooh. Definitely clip size, especially with the previous issue I had. Shotgun damage boost and melee damage boost, or shotgun damage and force. Oh, melee hits boost shotgun damage for 3 seconds. And shotgun hits boost your melee damage? Huh. Well, I don't really do melee generally, so I'm probably going to just do this one that just makes it more powerful. There we go. 20% shotgun damage right there. But also that's now a +5 right here, so now across the board I have some decent bonuses to shotgun damage. 25% bonus. Now I'll start down sniper rifles. And then as I put points into this, I believe it'll also increase my score on shotguns over time. Yep, now it's 26 instead of 25. Okay, yeah. That's more or less what we're going for. And by the time I've invested a fair number of points into combat, just like that, I already have 5 points invested. That'll ultimately lead to me getting better scores on both those weapons. New profile unlocked. Initiative Gunner. Soldier profile is now rank 2. Frontline Fighter. Vanguard. Okay, so now we have more. I can use rank 2 Initiative Gunner, which just gives me escalating damage for every target killed in a short time. Some bonuses to damage for my melee, for my gun. Frontline Fighter gives me melee damage, melee force, biotic recharge speed, shield cost reduction for powers. Okay, max shield. Melee attacks restore shields. There's a few little tricks there, but obviously I'm all about Adept with their all these giant bonuses to combo radiuses and effect damage and biotic forces and radiuses and durations and so on. I'm pretty happy with my Kinetic Master. But at least now I'm putting points to something else, because at this point, I feel like I'm at a dead end with biotics. Obviously, the more points I put into biotics, the more of these passes will slowly go up, one little point at a time, but throwing some points in there to get like a 26% damage boost for my shotgun, for example, is probably more worthwhile than the diminishing returns that this tree probably is at this point. And I've already reached the point where I've probably got the last bonus to adept I'll ever get. Because the next one's at 232. And I'm at how many points? Yeah. That's like 80 more points, as opposed to getting bonuses for my primary weapon types in this tree. And, yeah, going down combat fitness and stuff can give me some stuff where I can at least get, like... Oh, I can get that right now, actually. Max health is up. Then max shields, like that kind of stuff can get grabbed, and that'll help out too. I can at least go down the passives trees, which I probably should have been going down before now anyway.
Now orbiting Kadara.
Alright, let's go to Aya first. Then I'll make my way to the Nexus to clean up the whole hacker situation, and anything else that's around. Thank goodness you can skip. With the amount of space stuff I've been doing lately, I'm so happy you can skip ahead. Just imagining how long some of these quests would have taken with the way the game originally ran. Actually, one of the minor benefits to doing a Let's Play series where you do like an average of 30 minutes of game per day. Obviously, you take a long time to do a game, and sometimes you forget details because of how much time passes and things like that, but at the same time, the game sometimes actively improves over the course of that. Things that improve and how much they're important varies a lot, but sometimes cool stuff happens. Oh. There's something new over here.
Honor to meet you, Pathfinder. Initiative Pilot Marixus. I run supplies to your outposts.
What brings you to Aya?
Your survival supplies only Aya has. I'm waiting on clearance to enter the city, but it's taking too long. I understand their caution, but the outposts need these supplies. I have to get them, now.
They let me into the city? I can help.
I appreciate that. To start, EOS needs a way to produce food to support population growth. They've requested Kiloa seeds to begin their own crops. There's an agricultural scientist who might sell some.
I'll make sure to get those seeds.
Settlers on Kadara are suffering from a bacterial infection. They need Angaran antibiotics to fight it. A medic in the city should be able to help.
Got it. They'll have that medicine in no time.
You have another quest? There's still a point over your head.
Pathfinder, more of your outposts need help, if you have time. Vol's power grid is lagging without proper solar input. The solar amplifier would give them a boost. The solar technicians here may have the required parts.
I'll see what I can find.
Huh. That was a weird thing to withhold from me instead of just saying it with the other two things. This whole, like, 100% viability thing isn't really true, huh? Like, we hit 100% viability on all these planets ages ago, and I'm doing, like, 10 more quests for each planet. It's like, maybe that percentage is kind of a lie? So they're clearly not entirely viable, because they need all this help still? This seems like a weird thing. Maybe they should make it go up by 2% for every forward station you place if it's clearly not done when it hits 100%.
You're always a welcome sight, Pathfinder. Still no word from our search vessel. How goes your hunt for the missing satellites?
Your people caught scavengers from Kadara Port stealing them. There was a fight. Your ship lost.
I sent them out. And risked your life, too. The scavengers, Angaran? Have our deserters preyed upon us again?
Shit. Can I open a menu? Nope. I don't remember. There's so many quests at the same time. Ah, fuck, which mission was this? Were they from the Nexus or they were... I don't remember, and neither of these is marked as being a lie, so it doesn't tell me which one's the truth. Shit. I genuinely don't remember.
We caught up to them. They attacked without warning. Might have been Rokar. We fought them off and recovered what was left of the satellites.
I'm so sorry, Pathfinder. And ashamed. This is not who we are. Please accept my apologies. I hope you can look past this.
It's not your fault. Kadara's full of bad people.
They chose to stand alone. They'll suffer the consequences. I'll file a report with our leaders. Perhaps it's time the Resistance got involved. We'll rebuild the satellites and return them to space. I'll keep you updated with our latest charts.
Thank you, Mariko.
No, Pathfinder. Thank you.
Pathfinder, I studied the Angaran astronomer's data transfer. His files begin before the satellites. The initiative will benefit tremendously from this.
And all I had to do was lie to him. Thanks, Sam.
So I did lie to him. I got the feeling that perhaps the moment they brought that up, that the option between Nexus and Kadara, that the truth was probably that it was the Nexus. I did not remember, though. I'm like, oh shit, which quest was this? This fucking thing is so fucking crowded with nightmarish lists of... I can at least try to hold on to, like, the main through line of each planet and, like, each side, each party member's quest a bit, but damn. You was a solar amplifier, huh?
You work on the solar panels? Do you have an amplifier for solar energy?
Nothing as big as these, but I have a smaller one on hand. Do you need it?
Alright, let's buy that. I assume that we're gonna... No, not really fewer dots. That's Liam. That's the musical instrument. That's the antibiotics. That's the Moshai. Wow, that's actually a lot to do here. And that's the embassy on Aya. And then I need to take the solar thing back to him. Whoa. Busy on Aya today. And only 3 of them are the same quest.
Ven, thought you'd be in a Resistance holding cell.
That was Ephra's plan. He wanted to throw me down a hole once he got his precious answers. The Moshai convinced him to release me here. I volunteer and they let me see sunlight.
I didn't expect the Moshai to be in your corner.
Figures should be forgiving. All part of her image. The Moshai keeps her high ground, and I'm the traitor who gets a second chance.
It's better than what Sloan would have done to you.
Lucky me. I should get back to work. They're not paying me to stand around. Oh, that's right. They're not paying me at all.
He's in a bad mood. Sorry for saving you from Sloan.
Weird question. You don't have any Kiloa seeds, do you?
Yes, I do. Need some?
Click. 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 There we go. Clean enough. Shows how simple the task would be if he could get inside, but they don't trust him yet. They gotta clear him. Which is reasonable because both of our factions, the Nexus people and the Angaran people, are so fragmented with betrayers and pirates and so on, and terrorists, that like we can't trust anyone, even our own groups at this point. So like you have to verify who anyone is and why they're here and so on, or everything falls apart. So I assume the Moshai has a new mission for me after this much time has passed.
Ambassador, I trust our people had a smooth transition to Aya.
The Angara have been gracious. Everything's going well.
Good. Keep me updated. 10 out.
I've never lied to a director before.
Right, this isn't the Moshai's office. This is the location of the embassy.
Pathfinder, it's a pleasure. I'm Ambassador Riala, Chief Diplomat for the Initiative on Aya. I was removed from Cryo specifically for this. Quite the wake-up call.
I assume you're trained for first contact diplomacy.
I'm a social anthropologist with a linguistics background. Close enough for Director Tan. I hear you're to thank for our new ties with Aya. This is our best shot at an alliance. Now we just need to keep our people from wrecking it, no matter how hard they try.
If something's wrong, I need to know.
Maybe you can help me fix it. A Solarian botanist named Sorvis Len is here, learning how to improve our crops. He sent an urgent comm, saying a member of the Angaran resistance had threatened him.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Sorvis is an excellent scientist, but not the best communicator. I'm concerned this could escalate if someone doesn't look into it, but I don't have the staff to spare.
I can go settle things. I'm a friendly face for both sides.
That would be helpful. With any luck, we can prevent this from getting worse.
What's our end goal for Aya?
A strong alliance is all we can ask for. It's what we're working toward. Helios is the Angara's home. They dictate the terms of this partnership, not us. We need them as allies, and they could benefit from us. But we have to tread lightly.
Show them we're not invaders.
Historically, when two civilizations meet, one consumes or destroys the other. We need to break that cycle.
How many of our people have they let into the city?
A strictly limited number, and only certain professions. Scientists, engineers, and scholars. The Angara have agreed to allow some of our people to work in Aya's research facilities.
That's huge.
It's more than I expected. Tan wants me to push for social visits, but I'm holding my ground. We need to move at their pace. They've been extraordinarily gracious, all things considered. I'll take whatever they're willing to give.
Aside from Sorvis Len, is everything okay? Need anything else?
Actually, yes. Director Tan gave me a project. He wants more Aya natives to live on the Nexus. He thinks it will deepen our partnership. A few Angara expressed interest, but none of them will agree to live on the Nexus without speaking to you first.
Why me?
After what you've accomplished? I didn't want to bother you, but you asked. I'll point you towards the candidates. If you could convince them to transfer, I'd be grateful.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
He's adapting well for someone who is not trained for this at all, apparently. Our anthropologist. Oh, there's a freighter.
The ambassador's messages are overflowing again. The ambassador's messages are overflowing again.
That's all the talking they're planning on doing. Alright, bye. We made contact with the embassy. Ah. And then this should take me to the Moshai. Nope. Mix them up again. This is the governor.
Enro tells me you've participated in our little citizens' forum near the market. Take care with that group's leader. She competed with me for this office. Defeat made her bitter. What can I do for you?
Why didn't you tell me about Kadara Port when I first arrived?
I assumed you already knew. We didn't realize there was a difference between your exiles and the Initiative.
Fair enough.
As for Venturev, Evra hid his betrayal from everyone. He'll answer for that.
Thanks for your time.
Ishare, Pathfinder.
There's the one of the more impressive parts of this game is just the sheer amount of dialogue. Quantity is not always worth it. Like quantity, quality, so on. But there's definitely a certain level of like, oh wow, they even covered that. Like really distant characters, like that you wouldn't even think about necessarily. keep constantly getting like dialogue updates as you proceed through the game. Like the web of dialogue that's updating constantly in the background is actually fairly impressive. It's the most BioWare part of this entire game, I think. But a lot of the other things,
You're one of Ambassador Reala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you finally showed up. Let's get down to it. I've lived my whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
what kind of choices are these? That's up to you or use technology? I mean, of course it's up to him. He's an adult. He can make up his own goddamn decisions, but what am I implying with this choice?
You can send messages, talk to them on the comm. We'll even arrange a visit.
You get it. All right. I'm in.
That was a test? Huh. Wasn't really much to it. It's like the straightforward thing. You are an adult alien creature that can do things that they want to do. I'm not here to choose. I'm guessing that all of them are going to be something like that, I guess. Hello, Liam. And Drac.
Good to be back here. Ready to hit those scans?
What am I looking for?
Moran called out supplies that may have useful properties for our tech. Just need to get Sam's eye on them. Take a stroll. Enjoy the market. Nav sent.
Scan the hostile vendor's goods. Is that what it said? There's a oops.
These Angara are stronger than they look.
Yeah. They've been through a lot.
I look around and keep thinking about Tachanka. A galaxy away, and we're not so different.
Not so different, yeah. What was that? Looks like a bomb, honestly. I'm just gonna be totally honest. Trying to track down all these people. It's a dense spot for objectives.
Research has been going well. We're close to a breakthrough on Elmok hybrids.
That's incredible. Your work is so important.
It's not like I risk my life every day fighting Ket.
I just aim and shoot. Doesn't take much skill. You keep our people fed and alive every day. Love of mine, what you do is amazing. I die, our species goes on just fine. But we can't afford to lose you.
If you died, I wouldn't go on just fine. I wouldn't be fine at all.
Don't know what they're talking about, but we have an Asari on here. So they're slowly adding alien races that are from our group, sort of dispersed into the population. Still a pretty big chunk of the population's just from my crew.